Hey, welcome to KevinandFred.com.
It worked again.
2 weeks in a row.
Oh my goodness.
This is awesome.
Can you believe
I
it?
love that remote.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, welcome back to KevinandFred.com, where we are in part 2 of Infinity, talking around The One Thing by Gary Keller and Jay Papasan.
Yeah, we're going to talk about one thing for a long time.
We're going to talk about one thing for a long time. So if you're already sick of us, sorry, turn off the video. But anyway, I mean, so here's the deal. Last week we set up the conversation of this book is really about going small.
Right.
Meaning that the message of this book is to go small and to narrow your focus to what really matters. The thing that really matters. Not the thing, not the priorities, but the thing or the priority that really matters. Right? And so as this book kind of progresses, you get into chapter 2 in the book, and we start talking about what's called the domino effect. Right? And so here's the thing. I think when you think go small and like narrow your focus and the domino effect, like you can start thinking, well, just this whole one thing, you kind of go, well, that's kind of boring. Like life's more than about one thing. Like that's missing the end in mind. But I think Gary's point is that you lay out a certain number of dominoes, right? Like if you want to knock them all down, you kind of got to start with the first one. Like if you knock the middle one down, you're probably only going to get a certain run in one direction. It's not going to go in both directions.
Well, it's kind of like, I mean, another saying is, you know, how do you know if it one bite at a time?
Correct.
Like it starts with one small action, and the cool thing about when you get into this chapter on the domino effect is it talks about doing one small thing and how that eventually leads to one bigger thing, and then another bigger thing, and another bigger thing, and another bigger thing. I mean, he even goes and outlines if you just one domino can knock over something 1.5 times its size.
Correct.
So if you start with a 2-inch domino, the next domino it could actually knock over what would be a 3-inch domino.
Good math,
right?
You want to go one more?
Really quick. No.
And then a 3-inch domino can knock over how big?
4.5.
Oh, you're doing really good.
Yeah, I know.
4.5 can knock over.
Seriously?
I don't know. I think it's like 6 3/4, but I don't even want to go there.
6 3/4.
You're fine.
You're a mathematician. So the point is like, but that's how it goes. It's progression. It's one thing and then another thing and another thing, and it's small steps. But over time, those small steps gain huge momentum, and so it's a huge trajectory.
Correct. So the idea behind getting small and getting laser focused is figure out what that lead domino is. Basically, Gary actually says find the lead domino and whack away at it until it falls. Right. So figure out what that thing is and just go after it. You just keep going after it and after it, and it may, depending on what area of your life and what the actual domino is, it may take you a day, it may take you 2 hours, it may take you a year. But the point is go after that domino and figure out what it is and get good at it, get small, get narrow focused, and whack away at it, and then watch the progression of the dominoes that it starts leading you down and taking over after.
Yep,
right?
Absolutely.
And he says here, the key is over time. The key with the domino effect is it's over time. Success is built sequentially, right? Not simultaneous, as he says all the time. So if you're frustrated out there with where your business is, understand that it got built over time. If you're frustrated with maybe you feel like you went back in time a little bit in your business, guess what? You just got to go at it again. How did you get there in the first place?
Over time.
Over time. So rather than trying to do everything and do everything well, laser your focus, find that one thing, go small, and knock it down over time. And here's the cool part. Thinking with the end in mind is totally all about the domino effect. Because the domino effect is kind of figuring out where you are today and what the one thing is, but also where you want to be.
Yeah.
And knowing that there is absolutely a certain things that you can line up in life, and when I knock that one over, that's going to lead to this. And guess what? It actually gets easier because it creates energy as it goes. The hardest thing to do, I think, is knock the first domino over.
Yep.
After you've done that, everything else builds upon it.
Think about it. It's usually that first domino is so small, and it's actually so maybe even minuscule in our mind that we just don't even think to do it.
Correct.
Because maybe it's beneath us. But if we actually just did that, and then we kept doing it,
correct,
what would happen?
Well, and there's the key. Like we did it, and then we kept doing it, especially in real estate. Because
that's why Gary says time on task over time.
Success is sequential, not simultaneous. Success is sequential, not simultaneous. shout out and big thank you to Jesse Moore for actually providing basically a little lettering thing for the wall that we have hanging up in our office that I walk into and read every single day.
Yeah, some of you have been in our office and you have, like, you see that when you walk in. It's awesome. It's a nice reminder every day. And, hey guys, if you haven't bought the book yet, for goodness sakes, go out and buy the dang book already. It'd be the best $19 or $21 or whatever.
I think by now we got a link either in this email or on our website or something. Just buy the book already.
Go to Amazon, buy it, get it delivered.
Buy the book. And by the end of this video series, whether it's the end of the year or whatever, we're going to be auctioning off this copy of the book.
No, we're not.
Oh, we're not?
See you next week.